Let's give it up one more time. Even the good old days need a bathroom break. They just needed it. It's true. And thank you for, that Maggie Nelson book, which I also love, which you recommended to me. Thank you. Thank you. Art has many purposes, you know. All right, one more poet, y'all. Oh wait, you're here.
Hi. I went to the bathroom and then I started cleaning it a little bit because it was not up to my standards. But that's neither here nor there. Our next poet is Arisa, who I talked to at our intermission, and she had a lot of amazing things to say. So I can only imagine that her poetry will be similarly astute. When asked what is the purpose of cruelty in art, she said to create a field of tension where we reflect on the spectrum of human action, our destructive, generative nature that catalyzes our transformation. Wow. Also, you should check out Arisa's book, Who's Your Daddy? In the Foglifter anthology she co-edited called Home is Where You Queer Your Heart. And Arisa recommends Maya Jeffra's American Gospel and MJ Jones. Anyways, MJ Jones's Hood Vacations. So let's give a giant round of applause and maybe even some woos for Arisa. Sorry, I am an ex-cheerleader, and woos are my love language, so.
Thanks. I got five poems of cruelty, I guess. Be my witness. Last time a lighter was thrown, it burned your face by 2 degrees. This time you're hit in the head. Pray for signs that don't abuse. You're waiting for the day you don't ruin, not the one who said she saw you in a dream. All those pedestals bring out masochistic you. Folsom street fair with your testicles in a bind. Whip, then whisper to while the lash settles. You're pleasured by that butterfly hitting the skylight. The keeper says, "Why do you do this?" You keep your reply because it's in your nature. Now, this animal poetic longing for gentleness, for care to let you emerge from your gold, to be touched by beauty and injured. This is what you get. I push and pull my sacrifice toward you. A whole grown woman in her army knife, an unregenerate liver, a lake fire rippling mid-back, a knuckle too stubborn to take off a promise. You're welcome to check for a pulse and tally my demerits. I'm giving every best effort since words don't mean shit. These spasms singing grace in my lumbar. I have survived the supermarket today, all for macaroni salad and crab meat and a half-pound of fiddleheads. I am alive to bring you my hot heart and its juicy liberation, reacting to the sudden foreseeable air. This is love, culpable at your address. This is sacred, the anchor, waterless and without vessel, useless to use, illogically here and precisely as we are. She rises and falls above the body, embedded with a quote from The Mermaid and the Minotaur, quoting from Life Against Death. She who prefers a dead life to living insults you as shorthand to communicate her envy, calls you jerk when she means I'm unable to advocate for myself. Women over 40 are more likely to get their gallbladders removed. The anger comes bile when told I'm an asshole because she's committed to treating as excrement not only her own body, but the surrounding world of objects. State fostered to be adoring and likable for selection, and her pile of seething is not a mitochondria mirrored back. Who's never turned to look at what they've left behind? And I'm like my mother, the narcissist, yet she reduces all to dead matter and inorganic magnitudes when her own questions don't get direct answers. And what is true of all things is true also of modes of language and thought categories of time. She is all trees dressed down to their 11s, branches bearing skid marks of heaven. Succulent. Succulent. I never wanted to be a hostage of my own mind, a forgotten filament in your switch and no electricity to strike. Again, abandonment and not enough destiny, right lane on the freeway because faster never opened me to my God. Whoever admires me from a distance say I'm wow and wavy, up close I'm depressed and succulent. Could there be anything only than your sunshine to rescue the record from scratch? I'm not even asking for love. I accept it there's nothing we give without expectation of return or license to live. It's ever clear the we of our relating. I don't fit your circus. My request for a hug I can't articulate will be deficient. My body major in a breeze past flat and gritty. Be it hell or high as a motherfucker, our legal binding can disappear in supreme robes. Every day now, I'm no better version than myself. And this last one. I bank on love, she manumits. Our problem is we can't see ourselves on the same team. I have incredulously high standards, but however you look at it, I'm essentially her slave. I'm at my worst when I transmute myself into the shape of everyone's void. We don't look at it, and the chip took over the windshield in a web. Each crack led to removal. We talk self-esteem, assume it's invulnerably high, and no one is lowering the sky. Analogies have been absurd when it comes to my suffering. All her complaints are from the Department of Black Stereotypes. This is the secret. The language requires me as sugar honey to her human julep. It's refreshing to be free of denouement when there is no self to recover or body to bury back. If I ever thought my consent was inalienable, there are rings and chains to illustrate the homophonics of ownership. It is not by choice we are here. We arrived at the same time, and that time is historical. I'm trapped in the film that cues in the eyes of those who behold us a graphic imaginary so white it blinds. In any case, what becomes instructed is I'm the nigger and she's the lover while sitting in our living room. While walking down the street, She releases my hand when a policeman approaches and I'm fugitive and forfeited. I belong to a flying people, no earth to carry me down. With so many planets in her 8th house, my social death is a bite of a strange plum. Fleshy and gardenia, we make it our symbol. Because the joke is, I stole her purse, and the crowd is coming to her assistance and coming for my punishment. In those mitotic seconds, I'm a trusted spectacle of cheap intimacy in a world with incomplete sunshine. Thank you.